Hello and welcome to this live stream. Good evening, beautiful people. How are you all doing? I've been doing wedding stuff for 2 days straight. You getting married? Sweet. That was a nice timing with the music. Yeah, congratulations. Just watch the plane crash. That's not so neat. What? Like a recorded thing or an actual plane crash? And if so, like a big one? Good evening, Golden Knight. How you doing? Oh look, Marcel finally learned how to play a game slowly. Yeah, today won't be speedrunning. I need to lay off the speedrunning for a little bit. Because I feel not pain, but tiredness in my wrist from the clicking and the moving the mouse really quickly all over the place. Live in the Baltic Sea, small jet, 4 people on board. Well, I hope they're alright. Baltic Sea, well, luckily it's not winter. Otherwise it would be quite cold at this time of year. Well, if it was winter, but which is not this time of year. Well, anyway. Hope they're fine. So today we're gonna play a custom scenario. Made by someone on my Discord server who goes by the name... Let me look it up. Nornak. And we'll open it up in a little bit. It's gonna be a cramped small scenario. And it's hopefully gonna be fun. Yeah, esports is not good for you. And in particularly, you know, the problem with Roller Coaster Tycoon is that you have to do a lot of really precise clicks. Fast. Which is a lot worse than a lot of other speedruns. Also, by the way, for anyone who was here yesterday when I did do some speedruns, and I got a sub 30 minute on the Roller Coaster Tycoon base. And I had some problems with streaming somehow giving more lag during extreme heights. And I couldn't get it under 6 minutes. But then I did it this morning with just the recording and not streaming, and I got a 4:47, so it makes a massive difference for some reason. It's Mexican Independence Day miracle. Is it Independence Day for Mexico? Huh. The more you know. Also, apparently, it's funny because I only found out that the Grand Prix, Formula 1, today happened after it had already finished. And I was like, huh, is that still going on? Oh, it's already finished. Ah, looks like Max won again. He's doing well, apparently. But the most exciting thing for me was Floor Jansen, who is the singer of Nightwish, and she's a Dutch woman, singing the national anthem. Spoiler alert. Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to spoil you. I know you're a big fan, so I assumed you watched it live. Isn't there a Grand Prix like every Sunday? I don't know. I don't follow the sport. So, I wouldn't know. Is that why Max Arceus isn't here? Imagine Max Arceus being Max Verstappen. Anyway. Let's get started with the scenario. Oh yeah, we have a new menu layout from in OpenRCT 2. I don't like it, but that's just because it's new. It could be better, but I just need to get used to it first. So, you know, whatever change they would, even if it's a million times better, I would not like it just because it's new and not what I'm used to, but that doesn't make it bad. Okay, so the scenario is called Crampton Springs. And it's a small little scenario with apparently a custom color palette. Okay. Hey, look, we got a merry-go-round. So, let's start with some music. There we go. Yeah, the water looks different, doesn't it? So, the goal is to get 700 guests. No, 3,000 guests, and I can never let my park rating go below 700. We've all seen that before. Now, I wonder what kind of other restrictions are in place. Drown the first one. Well, rip guest 1. Bye-bye. And rip my park rating. Let's just hire a few staff members already. So, let's see. What other restrictions do we have in place? Let's have a little look. Scenario options. I don't know what this does actually. They're both enabled. Is it just a random between the two? Less than... Oh, that just makes them all less than 15. Okay, so any intensity is good. We can't change the landscape. It's paper right. We can advertise. That's good. What's that in front of the entrance? Just some scenery. Some expansion scenery. Like electric dino fences. Okay. Now, let's do some research. I want some more roller coasters. This used to be blue, but now it's grey. Well, blue, purple maybe slightly. Oh, our park rating is already fixed. That's quick. Ah, some good water. Name the park. Well, what do you want? There's certainly a set of unlocked roller coasters. It's really unique roller coasters. Who made this scenario? Someone called Nornek. And we're gonna have to be careful with our layouts, because we need to get 3,000 guests in this. Now, I'm not gonna plan it. I'm just gonna go. And I'm just gonna hope that it's gonna be fine. And if it's not gonna be fine, well, then we'll see later. Name it Electric Dino Fence. Alright. Electric Dino Fence. And then summer chain lift. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna build this coaster compactly. Okay, so then we can do half a corkscrew. No, the other side. And then another half a corkscrew. And then we'll do inline twist. I'm not using any kind of prize manager in this scenario. I want to do it, you know, as legit as you can be while using OpenRCT2. How many islands are in the archipelago of the Philippines? Oh, I have no idea. See, I don't know if they have like tons of tiny islands. Because Sweden, I believe, has like some of the most islands in the world. But most of them are absolutely tiny. So how many islands does the Philippines have? Thousands. How many islands above like 10 square kilometers? Probably 100, maybe 200. I don't know. Okay, we can probably charge 10 for this. There we go. At least one. Well, I know there is, I know of two, Luzon and Mindanao, which are the largest two. I know that they have more, but those are the only ones that I know the name of. 7,641, that's quite a lot. But yeah, with these questions, it's always, you know, what do you count? If you count all islands, do islands that are only above the water at low tide count? You know, stuff like that. So I charge 4 for this. Some nice hang time on the laydown. Oh, I didn't look. Okay, so what's our color palette? It's a bit gloomy, isn't it? It's a very interesting palette. I don't like these greys that the purples have become. Oh yeah, that's definitely some nice hang time. Okay, so what are the stats? Oh, that's pretty good. You're one of the few streamers that use the chat to chat with their viewers. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Wait, 0%? Oh, we can't loan anything. Maybe you're watching large streamers and they have a lot of chat and they can't easily chat with their viewers. But like at least 90% of the streamers that are my size or smaller interact with their audience. I guarantee you. And why would they not? Like, you know, if they're actually live streaming, if they're just playing a recording or, you know, streaming something where they're not actually doing anything, then it doesn't count. You know, then obviously they might not be interacting because they're not actually there. You know, it's like those PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast subscriber live stream, you know, whatever. Those don't count. Okay, let's make this 20. Also, who is this slime guy? I don't want to talk to him. He seems... I want to ignore him. Also, Marcel's stream is wholesome and cozy, barring the guest killing. Hence why I keep coming back. Well, thank you. What's in the race tunnel bit at the back? Good question. Oh, just some underground path apparently. Huh. Okay, let's connect that at the front as well. I think that's a good idea. So, that way. Oh, right. We can't alter the land? Okay. Then there's only one position where we can go underground. Then maybe it's a good idea to just not go underground at all. Tiny park for the tiny streamer. I'm not a tiny streamer. Name the flying coaster the Flying By. Alright. Cute park for a cute streamer. Oh, thank you. Oh, we unlocked the vertical drop. Oh yeah, I still have the wrong track file. I still have my speedrunning track file. So I have the 0 vertical drop roller coaster 1 from yesterday. Now, we could go for any of these, but I don't really fancy them. So I'm gonna build my own custom one. Okay, let's build it right here. Marcel's probably in top 10% of streamer with most views. Yeah, probably. Most streamers are really tiny. And it's kind of hard to get like a good audience on Twitch. 'Cause I grew mostly from YouTube. And it's sort of easy as a Roller Coaster Tycoon streamer generally to grow. At least to grow to like 10 viewers or something like that. And with easy, I mean easy compared to other games. Because if you're streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon, there's a good chance that you're one of the like 5 people doing that at the moment. Because it's not a very popular game to stream. So that way, if someone searches for Roller Coaster Tycoon, there's a very good chance that you'll be recommended. Or that, you know, not recommended, but that you'll be in the search somewhere. But if you're playing something like Pokemon, then there will be hundreds or thousands of streamers streaming it. And it's much more difficult. Okay, let's connect this back up. Okay, let's not do that. I'm on a longer station. No, I didn't click right. Why can't I... Is it because they're on the same tile that I can't click on that to go to it? That would be an interesting bug to check out a bit more thoroughly. Thoroughly. Okay. Now you know what? Let's have some fun with the park entrance. Or park entrance queue line. And then we're gonna go that way. And voila! A perfect little queue line. Thank you for the follow, Friffon. Oh, name a ride of your choice. Let's see. Oh, that was a flying by. I already did that. My bad. Something like 50% or 75% of streamers get 5 views or fewer. Yeah, but like I said, a lot of those streamers, you know, they'll be playing Minecraft. They'll be playing Pokemon. They'll be playing Fortnite. Stuff like that. They'll be just streaming their game. They'll be absolutely, you know, they'll not stand out really in any way. But even if they would stand out, or at least be good, then how is anyone gonna find them? It's the same for me. If I was just, you know, people say that my streams are very cozy, partly because of my personality and the way I speak and such. But if I had the exact same manners, but I just started from nothing, streaming Minecraft or Pokemon or Fortnite, I would probably not reach 5 viewers. You know, I might be good, but you know, you need some initial exposure. And I got that via my YouTube channel, but also because it's not a very popular game to stream, that helps as well. I had 5 viewers once without raid. Nice. Let's price this as 4. Yeah, being a good streamer is only half the battle. It's the same with YouTube, by the way. You know, there are tons of channels. I'm active in several communities for smaller YouTubers, and I don't really count as a smaller YouTuber myself anymore, but sometimes I comment there and try to give advice. Well, I give advice and I try to give good advice. And the thing is that there are so many people there that make, you know, make okay videos. They're not bad, but they're just, you know, Minecraft Let's Plays or, you know, some Modern Warfare, some Call of Duty plays with, you know, a little bit of commentary. Something like that, which isn't bad, but if you don't already have an audience, where's the audience gonna, like, where's your audience gonna come from? Because no one knows you, you're not doing anything extraordinary. There are thousands of people that make videos where they play Call of Duty at a decent level. You need to do something different. And I did that in Roller Coaster Tycoon by building some interesting stuff and making explanation videos about the game, which no one had really done before. So that helped me. But yeah, all the people that think they'll just, you know, they'll have very fancy graphics and, you know, all that stuff. And then they're surprised why they're not getting any viewers. Well, I know why they don't get viewers. It's just because you're not original enough. You can have all the fancy graphics in the world, but that doesn't mean anything. Is the RCT calculator your first big hit? Yes, but it's a bit more complicated than that. Because I didn't really want to be a YouTuber, because that was... I made the calculator, and then I posted it to Reddit, and then I posted the video as a bit of an extra explanation. You know, I explained it in pictures and words, and the video was like, you know what, if you want to see it in action, There we go. If you want to see it in action, you can do that here. And that was it. The video itself was terrible, and then it accidentally went viral. And then I was like, well, this is a golden chance. Might as well give it a shot. And then I did. And now we're here. But I never had the goal to be a YouTuber. It just kind of happens. Which I suppose is a good thing for me. Thank you, by the way, for the prime sub. Zagaron. Ooh, another geography question. It wasn't actually my first video, by the way. I had uploaded a few, like, Reddit support videos as well, on an unofficial speedrun as well, for Empty Airfield, a few more speedruns. But that was my first video. That's sort of part of my YouTube journey, you could call it. Okay, that's another coaster. I suppose we need to reduce the price of the other one as well. Otherwise guests won't pay that anymore. What's the deepest lake in the world? Lake Baikal in Siberia. Something like 1.6 kilometers. So I once started watching a new streamer. Seemed nice, audience of about 30, lots of interactions with the chat. But then the ads came. Turned out this guy streams daily for 8 hours. He wants to live off streaming alone with only an audience of 30. So he aggressively pushes the raid ads, repeatedly asking his audience to play the game to at least level 8 to make sure he gets the money from the sponsorship. That's not fun. I have literally never done an ad on stream. Now, I will not say I will never do it. I might in the future. But that's excessive. Also, let's reduce this to 4 so the guests aren't stuck in the queue line there for very long. It's a bit sad. I mean, I don't really push my donations or my subscriptions a lot. If I did push it more, I could probably make more. But I make about, on average, $400 or euros, which are pretty much the same at the moment, per month from Twitch. Now, obviously, I only stream about 6 hours a week. So I could maybe, if I streamed a lot, push it to like 800 or 1,000. But that's still not enough to live from. And I have like 150 viewers on average. So I don't know how that guy plans to live off of it. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits line. Yeah, it is September. Yeah, Raid did actually offer me a sponsorship as well, but, you know, it's a shitty game. I don't like Raid Shadow Legends. You should not play it. And their rates were terrible. Like, I would make maybe 100 or 200 bucks from it, considering that most of you probably wouldn't download it. And they even had a strategy for me. And you know what the strategy was to get more of you to watch the stream, to watch the raid stream? The strategy was that instead of just doing a raid stream, I would start off with my normal stream. And then after like 30 minutes, switch to a raid so that you guys would already be watching. And they'd be like, hey guys, don't download this piece of shit game. And, you know, I don't want to do that. They only would pay me, I don't remember the rates. They had the rates included, but like 50 bucks up front and then something like 20 bucks per X people who download the game within the first X days or whatever. I don't remember. It was definitely very low. And I didn't want that. There goes your sponsorship offer. Oh, Raid Shadow Legends can fuck off. I've gotten at least 3 emails from them for my main channel. I've gotten them for my live stream. I've gotten a Discord message from them. After I ignored their whatever manyth email from my main channel. They can absolutely just drown. Thank you for the 150 bits, by the way, Major Geeks. $300 gifted subs in a day with 30 viewers. How does that happen? Like, seriously. Very generous viewers. If only I had viewers that generous. Well, and rich. There's 300 gifted, that's on average 10. I suppose that doesn't happen every stream. But still, that's a good way to make money. I mean, I already think you guys are quite generous, so I'm not complaining. Thank you for the sub, Green32. And the follow, THFDTHG. Little Q line. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Slime. I think you are definitely on top with subs gifted. Is this long enough? I don't think it is. 327. No. Oh, thank you for another gifted sub. Sark1609. It is September after all. Okay, it's not long enough. It will have terrible stats. I need to extend it. By another 50-ish meters. So let's go like that. Nope. The nice thing is that we have all the time in the world for this scenario. Okay, can we do... Oh! Look at that! Isn't that neat? Isn't that a nice element? September discount doesn't count on gifted subs. Oh, that's unfortunate. Or are they discounted? I didn't even know. Some nice trick tracks. And do we have any? Yeah, we have a straight bit here. But I don't think I can photosectionify that. No. Do we have any? No, just ignore the photo section. Screw it. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Okay, should be enough. Let's see. 415, yeah. Okay. There we go. What's the goal? 3,000 guests. You know, extreme height style. Can't kill your park rating. Is it me or is it a bit loud? Well, now it's not so loud anymore. I know for you guys it doesn't change. Let's do some benches and bins. Tomska's big... It's Tomska's big fat meme quiz. It's actually really good. But yeah, that's an unfortunate... Tomska's big fat meat, this could say. Is Tomska Tom Scott's brother? No, Tomska's a YouTuber who's been doing it since like 2007. And still at it. Ah, thank you for the gifted subs, Zagon. 5 again. Why is 5 such a common number? Like, why not 3? Or 4? Or 2? It's either 1 or 5, almost all of the time. Is it like... Is it a default option on Twitch? Ah, you can pick 5 easily when gifting subs, so it's a default option. Yeah, Tomska's the ASDF movie guy. So we haven't built a lot of path yet. Okay, let's do some advertising. Wooden coaster. Free food and drink. Let's do them all. We are making good money though. Also, it's a nice round 20 bucks. Ah, that makes sense as well then. Okay, what coaster do we have? We have the bobsleigh. I don't like the bobsleigh. I really, really don't. It's clunky. Now, I predict a thing that will happen. And I won't say it, but I have a prediction. Let's build another wooden coaster. I like a wooden coaster. Let's build this one a bit bigger. Is there any impact to which ride the ads are sent out for? Yes, guests are actually heading for that ride. Okay, let's see. Do we have... Nothing. Ah, there we go. Voucher for free ride on flying by. And he will immediately go heading for flying by. And that's the first thing that they will do. Yeah, YouTube Premium doesn't work. You still get sponsorships from the YouTubers. Which I think is fine. What do I think of Spoke Slot having had its last day today? What is Spoke Slot? I've never heard of that. Bigger coaster time for me to build. You know which one. You know, I said I'm gonna make a prediction. Okay, screw this wooden coaster then. This was very predictable. You can still make some decent money with that. I mean, it does get more guests based on which type of ride is chosen. No, not at all. The ride doesn't even have to be accessible, it just needs to exist. Well, be open I suppose, otherwise you can't advertise it. The haunted house in the Efteling. I've probably been in that when I went to the Efteling, but that's probably at least 15 years ago the last time I went there. So I don't remember the name. And I'm not even sure I've been in it, but probably. I remember like Villa Volta or something like that. I know they had that. But what do I think about having it last day? I don't care. I really don't. Because I like barely knew it existed, so there's no reason for me to care. Hi, not long for my cruise to Amsterdam. Oh, that's nice. That's the tourist thing though, a cruise to Amsterdam. It would be even more touristy if you were just gonna go there to see the red light district and smoke weed. I don't know if you are into that, but that would be extremely touristy. Let's do a Marcel Vos community meetup at the Efteling. Okay, so I've talked about this before, and I don't really want to do a community meetup. Because if I do a community meetup, then I need to entertain people. Like, the onus on me is to be entertaining constantly. Now, you say, well, you do that on Twitch for 3 hours straight. Yes, I do, but that's not in real life. And it's with, you know, it's around a game. We're playing a game here, be it Rollercoaster Tycoon, be it GeoGuessr, be it Crash, you know, be it whatever. But if I do a community meetup, I have to be entertaining. Like, it's just me, the person. And that's so much more difficult. And I don't want to do that. Okay, this one will probably crash as well. But let's just see. Okay, it's still fine. 49! This is not safe. This is not safe. You know what? I'm gonna put some brakes here. Limited to 43. No man, you don't have to entertain anyone. It just be hanging out together, having a good time in the park, just talking and going on rides. Yeah, but it'd still be about me. Still be, you know, sort of like a vlog. It's a bit different if it would be something like TwitchCon and I'd have like an opportunity to say hi. That's different. This is once again... Okay, this is on the very edge. This might come back to bite me in the butt. Unless I make this one higher. Oh, but then bobsleigh coaster is in the way. Not if I do that, though. Okay, let's make photo section here. Thank you for the bits, Voodoo. I think the only actual requirement would be trying to say hello to everyone at least once. But an expectation of you being entertaining this entire time would be juvenile on the part of those with the expectation. Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't want to do it. Feels like too much pressure. And I don't mind meeting people. But if it's a whole group that's about me... Well, I've never done anything like that before. Total number of municipalities in the Netherlands. Something like 210? Something like that? I'm not sure. It changes all the time as well. So if you learned the correct number like 5 years ago, it's probably different now. Marcel is so selfish. Yeah, I'm so selfish for not wanting to host a community meetup. Where I am the focus. What about a Marcel fan meetup? I mean, make up a fan meetup all you want. And if the host lets me know, I might show up. I might not. But would there be that many people? Like, okay, let's just test it because I'm curious now. Let's say I plan to be at Walibi Holland, you know, on the. Did it just crash? Dang it. Well, luckily it had no guests. Let's say in 3 weeks I'll be at Walibi Holland on Sunday. Type 69 in the chat if you would be there. Okay, and then brakes. Let's go. 49. Well, that's already 4 people. 5 people. That would be at least 10. Obviously, I wouldn't be alone. I would probably either take some friends or take my mom. She would probably like to meet some of you. My brother would probably like to be there as well. Maybe I'll do it at some point. Brazilian sad face. Yeah, most of you don't live in the Netherlands. You want to meet my brother more than you want to meet me. Well, I'll let him know. He'll be flattered. Oh, hell yeah, Twister Coaster. And else close, but too expensive even for a weekend. Yeah. You know, if I would post this, you know, if just announce it on my Twitch or on my Discord, I think a manageable amount of people would show up. But if I would post this on my YouTube channel, probably at least 50 people would show up. I don't want to have to manage a group of 50 people. That's the thing as well. Of course, what I could do in sort of lesser style, you know, I could say I'll be at Walibi Holland for the day. and I'll be at this and this restaurant or plaza or whatever at 12 p.m. for an hour. If you want to meet me, you can be there. Something like that is something I could see myself doing. But if I host... that's different from hosting a meetup, you know? Because hosting a meetup actually means that for the entire time that the meetup lasts, it's sort of on me to... That, yeah, if you say hosting a meetup, it's kind of like we're doing an event. You did it when you went to the Rotterdam Zoo. Did I? I didn't announce it as a meetup though. I didn't say I would be there to meet you if you wanted to. So that's quite a bit different. Also, I should probably not do it inside the theme park, because that would require people to pay money to meet me. I had a meetup with another Twitch community a few months ago. It was really fun and way less awkward than I thought it would be. 15 people there, including the streamer. Oh, that's nice. He said it would be okay if people would come and say hi. I did. I might have done, but that was not on my YouTube though. That would definitely have been just on the stream. And there should be enough for 2 trains. Honestly, we don't need to make the money. We don't need to make a lot of money because we're already rich boys and girls. Yeah, if you're going to a theme park, the rides are the entertainment. But it's also expensive. It's not that expensive, Walibi. It's not like a Six Flags Magic Mountain or whatever. But it's still, you know, more than just the cost of going there. Okay, you know what? Let's just put this at 8. I'm gonna put this at 8 as well. I'm gonna make this one 8. I'm gonna make them all 8 so that I don't have to worry about them. Oops. This one as well. Yes. Scrolling is probably easier. And this one. Do you go to theme parks a lot? No, not really. A con comes with free security if you get on the guest list. Yeah, that as well. I might be able to get on like a Dutch TwitchCon guest list or whatever. Who knows? If I wanted to. I don't know. Might do it at some point, but I have no aspirations at the moment to do any kind of meetup. Okay. Oh, I already lowered that one. Let's lower this one as well, so I don't have to worry about it later. And same with this one. Thank you for the follow, VD86. Okay, so I still haven't really built any extra path, which is kinda a problem. How's the underground path doing? It's doing. You know. But let's remove it. Let's remove it entirely. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the cutaway view. I want to remove the underground path and not use it. Because it seems cool to not use it. Besides, we only have one connection. I think that's not nice. Oh, can't I remove it like this? Or did I just remove all the other paths? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. Bye bye, guests. They're all gonna be gone. Rip in pieces. That was a big lag spike. No. Dang it. Connect it there and then delete it. No path on the ground. Oh, a mechanic and a janitor as well. Well, rip them, I suppose. I love that you have an underground path that just goes in a circle. Yeah, it's not great, because it's only one connection and I can't build another one. So I decided to just get rid of it. Okay, now that we have a lot of money, let's start constantly advertising and cause ourselves some overcrowding problems. So let's start by hiring some entertainers. 20 is a good number. And then let's build some coasters with a longer line the queue. Because if they have a longer line of queue, that means that guests are basically stuck in the line of queue. Which is good. But at this point, we don't really need to make more money because we're already making a lot of money. Okay, reverser, 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 reverser. It starts to not sound like a word. Reverser, reverser. What did I miss? A lot of discussion about RCT, about a possible meetup, but you were part of that, weren't you? I don't know how long you've been gone. Oh, you were done a little... You typed 69. So you were a little bit part of that. What's everyone's favorite word? My favorite English word is mayor. And I don't know why, but I just like the word. Or mayor. However you want to pronounce it. Mine would get Marcel demonetized. I mean, you can say it in the chat. I might repeat it. Have we drowned guest 69 already? No, we haven't, but they might not be in the park anymore. They're not in the park anymore. Supercalifragisticexpialidocious. Or something like that. Nice. $420. They are still in the park. Well, not for long. Okay. And then it's slowly time to get back to the station. Your favorite is... Well, I'm not gonna repeat that. Let's just quickly Google it, because I don't know what it means. Oh, that's not that offensive. Apparently, Todger means penis. I don't mind talking about penises. You know, it's a fun subject. I don't get demonetized for that. Here's probably a wanker. Wanker is a good word. Be nice. Now, the multiple is penai. I mean, obviously it's penises, but penai sounds fun. But multiple is plural, not multiple. I mean, you know what I mean when I say multiple, so close enough. Okay, that's a hell of a long queue line. Now let's build a path all the way around here. There we go. I say all the way, it's not that far off. It's not like a long way around. Erectile. Nice. Alright, that's some more space for our guests. Park's coming along nicely. There's a song called Detachable Penis, but due to YouTube autocorrect it won't show the full song title in the search bar. It does show Detectable Peni. Nice. Okay, you know what I hate? Let me just quickly test this, my hypothesis. So, okay, it doesn't do it here, but sometimes when you search anything on YouTube or Google and it contains a word that, you know, they find offensive, all the suggested searches just stop. It's like, we know, you know, Google knows that people search for all kinds of weird things. But if you put in some offensive word, the suggested searches just go away. And the times when it irritates me, it's just when I search for something, not for pleasure, but just to research something or something like that, you know. Then I'm like, I know the search I want, but it's not. And I have to type it out fully. Whoops. Did that kill some guests? Yes. Where did it crash though? I didn't see. It crashed in the water. So... yeah, it's annoying when a word isn't offensive. Let's see, there's a hill. Oh, okay, it must be that tiny little hill. So, I don't know, let's put in some brakes. Okay, good enough. I hope it's good enough. I searched a band called Niga. It's meaningless in Spanish, yet Google stopped it. Yeah, stuff like that, that's annoying. Let's see, if I type Nija into Google now. Oh, then it does show me searches like Nigardsbrain, which is a glacier in Norway, or Nigahiga. Or Nicaragua, which is not spelled the same. Did I ever open this? No, I didn't. Probably because I was distracted by the crash. Let's have some music. Well, the park rating took a little bit of a hit, but it was still high enough. Did I change the price on this? I did not. I also believe the R word is a technical term in engineering. Retard. Yes, it's used all the time on, you know, for pilots. But it just means slowing down. And, you know, when you used to say someone is retarded, that used to just be a medical term that they're slow in development. And, you know, likely have a little bit of a low IQ or something like that. That was just a medical term. Then it became used as an insult. And then it became an insult. And lately, especially the internet has taken a lot to, you know, banning slurs so that you can't say them at all, even in normal conversation, so that people start saying the R word instead of retard. Does Twitch allow these kinds of words? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fine with retards. Now, the other word that I'm obviously not going to say, I'm not going to test. But I will say that I disagree with the fact that I can't say it in an academic setting. You know, if I just discuss the word itself, I should be able to say it, just do not cause confusion. Otherwise it's confusing. But I'm not going to get too deep into it, and I'm not stupid enough to actually say it. And it's not important enough for me to care that much. Marcel's compact designs are fascinating. Well, thank you. Super airtime wild mouse. It's not what your wild mouse is usually known for. You usually have a few more turns. But yeah. Try different things. Well, it's mostly just because we don't have a lot of space here. The problem of automatic censoring. Too little workers, too many entertainers. That's kind of a good summary of my park at the moment. I have a lot of entertainers. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Fire all the staff. Oh my god. Okay, so I will rehire the staff earlier if it makes me fill the park. A month is 6 minutes and 49.6 seconds. So if after 3 minutes it starts to slip, then it's tight, but it will probably be fine. So yeah, I probably won't need to do any emergency early staff hiring. Unless I forget, of course. You're never gonna make it. I'm definitely gonna make it. I'm already at 1200 and the ads are still going. This is not a very difficult park. But it's a fun park. I think we should already start with building a tall path. So that we can connect stuff to it later. That's not a very beautiful path, but it will be a very useful path. Wanna try my used to be Grand Glacier after beating this? After beating this, the stream will probably be over. So, no. Maybe later though, at some other date. Here we go, full spaghetti. Yeah, well, I knew that was gonna happen. Marcel now realized he could have used that underground path for rides. I realized that. I just wanted to not use that, because that's more fun to see the entire park. Okay, this one is good enough. It fulfills all the set requirements. Nice. I like it. Oh god, we're making so much money. Okay, it's only been 2 minutes. Let's see, we have all of those. We have tons of coaster types available now. Let's go for some gentle and thrill rides. Now, it's a very good thing. We don't need to care about the soft guest cap because we have advertisements. Let's go with this park. 3,000 guests. Let's see, what coaster shall we build? How about another Twister coaster? And how about we shall build it high up? Not there apparently, because then the lay down coaster is in the way. Or can we just... No, that's 50, ain't it? Alright, we'll just go 15 then. You gonna play Stardew Valley anytime soon? Maybe. I honestly don't know. I don't make plans like that. Maybe. Because I found out yesterday that the speedrunning gives a lot of lag if I stream it. So if I just do that more offline, I can do other stuff online. But we'll see. I easily makes this. Then again, I kind of like the online speedruns. This... no, this is not aligned. It is if we do this though. All the way around. There we go. This coaster has like the highest throughput ever. It's madness. Absolute bloody madness. Okay, let's connect it up. Just like... right, what's in the way? Oh, the dang swinging. Ah, whoops. Well, there go a lot of guests. They won't die. You know what, this is good enough. They won't die, but they'll be lost for a little bit. Alright, that's good stats on that. And we're nearing the halfway mark in the guest count. Ooh, we're gonna get the air-powered vertical roller coaster. I'm gonna build a long queue line on that one, and with lots of TVs, because that's a popular one. You know what, might as well also build some TVs here. Because why not? There we go. Is there a single stall in this park? Yes. Also, I can hire staff again. And for some reason the park rating is still high. Oh, these are security guards. Whoops. Let's fire them again. Mechanics. Some entertainers. There we go. It's like puke is disabled. Or is it because they all have like less than 15? Holy, they're rich. Oh wait, no, they're not rich. How rich are they when they come into the park? 70. No, they've just used a lot of... yeah, no stalls, no trash. But we have pizza and lemonade. Both give trash. I mean, I have some trash cans. Inspect park rating. Well, at the moment there's no litter, but that makes sense. Okay, litter is still a thing. We just got lucky, I suppose. We just got -4 for a little bit. And you can have a little bit of a penalty. Because my park rating at the moment is probably like 1100 or something. Or 1150 or whatever the max is. Close to the max anyway. Alrighty, let's build some air-powered vertical coasterage. Let's start with this. Just like that. And we're gonna go that way. And then that way. This is gonna be ugly. Alright. And that's our coaster. Now there's gonna be a long queue line on this one. Oh, Drown Handyman 1. Alright. There he goes. Bye-bye. See ya. Bitch. Okay, let's go back and forth a few times. Yeah, those supports. We could make them a little bit less obstructive and offensive to the eye. Whoops. Hang on. There we go. Built that one too far. Name a ride of your choice. Name the 3D cinema 2D cinema ball. Okay. Is that a reference or something, or is it just a fun name? Not a reference, okay. And... oh, that's one too long. Ball is a good word to say. Yeah, I'm quite fond of the word ball. So it's definitely a good word to say. Balls. You know, whenever something doesn't go to plan, just exclaiming balls. It's quite nice. 22 and a half. Say it at church. I haven't been to church in, well, a long time. Last time I've been to church is probably like something like 7 or 8 years ago, which would be to a Christmas service. I've been in a church, of course, several times after that. But that wasn't a proper church service. That was, you know, funeral, wedding, stuff like that. 133 is good. Now let's build some Q-line TVs. I've been baptized and did my communion and haven't been to church since then. Okay, so I was raised somewhat religiously and went to church as a kid, but at some point I didn't want to go anymore. And my parents were fine with that. Probably was like 10 or 11. And since then I've been to a few services. Mostly special ones like Christmas services. And lately I've gotten sort of an appreciation for them. Because I like the music. And stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't been to church in a long time. Okay, let's make this one 10 instead of 8, because this one can be really expensive. If being inside the building counts, and I've been to hundreds of churches all throughout Europe. Yeah, so have I, so that doesn't really count. Last time I've been inside a church would be... would that be the Hallgrimskirkja? I think it's the Hallgrimskirkja the last time I've been in a church. So that's also 3 years ago. Already? Yeah, I think 3 years ago the last time I've been inside a church. Which is, the Hallgrimskirkja is the church in Reykjavik, by the way. So it's been long. Maybe I have been to another church. I don't know. I do really like them for their architecture as well. They're beautiful, and in the Netherlands they're often a nice focal point of the town. So I don't know what the church architecture is in America generally, but in the Netherlands you obviously have your tower, and they're often a bit of a focal point of the town. They were the town where I grew up. And it was a very nice building from the, like, the 13th century or something like that. Let's build a vertical drop coaster. Last church I was in was probably Sagrada Familia. Isn't that the one in Barcelona? Which is still not finished. American churches are architecturally boring. That's unfortunate. I mean, quite a few ones in the Netherlands are as well. So there were 2 churches in my town where I grew up. One was like, the building was a proper church. So, you know, the 13th century one. It's called the Mariakerk in Ruinen. If you want to look it up. Beautiful building. The other church, and actually the one we went to more often. Like, I believe one was Catholic and one was Protestant or something like that. I don't exactly know the difference between different branches. But the other church was just some building. Like, it didn't have a second floor. It was just some, you know, look a bit like a school building. I believe it's no longer a church now. It's something like senior living or whatever. I don't know. Hey, some heavy guests got on it and died. Lol. Anyway, moving on. Does it make this? Well, there's only one way to find out. Can I? Oh, I can go there. Okay, that's not a good idea. And then like that. That's not a good idea either. Okay, let's do photo section first then. I still don't know if it makes it because I didn't pay any attention. So let's see. Does it? Oh, easily. Easily. Twitch censored fatty. Okay, so I entirely understand that. Because there are loads of overweight streamers who are, you know, on camera as well. With just a few viewers. And just someone coming in and just calling them fatty is probably one of the worst things you could do for yourself in Steam and whatever. So I entirely understand the censoring of that word by Twitch. Oh, land not owned by Park. I was like, what's the problem here? Yeah. Does it still go too fast here? Does it go faster than 60 there? I think it's just about fine. Okay. That's not a good place. That's a better position. Fatty acids are quite interesting. Yeah, it's a lot of collateral and that kind of stuff, so... You know, that kind of automated moderating is never perfect. Can't be. And there's always a good line between allowing things and being too authoritarian. Like, for example, the US prides itself on free speech. Which is a good thing. But the US doesn't have entirely free speech. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You can't tell someone repeatedly, I'm going to kill you. Both are not allowed for very good reasons. Please stay hydrated. Oh, good idea. Thank you. So, there's very good reasons for restrictions on free speech, either by the government, which is actual free speech, or just by companies which can do whatever they want. And there's always a balance to be found. Yeah, reasonable limits on free speech are perfectly valid. And in some countries, like Germany for example, you can't deny the Holocaust. And someone in the US might find that horrible, that you can't say that. I do understand why you can't say it. And stuff like that. And very often, which is an interesting thing, and that a thing you see all over the place with all kinds of different things, is that people draw the boundary of what's acceptable just below whatever they are used to. So if you live in the US, then most likely you will find that anything stricter than the US is too restrictive. But anything looser than the US, like being able to yell fire in a crowded theater, is madness. Like, obviously that's illegal. Why would you ever not have that illegal? But if you live in Germany, then it's likely, not always, but likely, that you find it weird if it's allowed to deny the Holocaust and, you know, stuff like that. And it's a very interesting thing. And that's not just on free speech, that's on all kinds of things. You know, it's on morality in general. You know, stuff like what's fine, you know, in copyright. It's obviously not okay if some, you know, for example, an advertisement for a theme park uses some footage of one of my videos without asking. That's not okay. But if I did it the other way around, people are perfectly fine with it. Because I'm a small YouTuber. So it's also that kind of morality, you know, in terms of copyright. And people always find it okay just below what they're used to, or often below what they're doing. The best number is clearly 3. Build a boat hire. I don't know if I have space for that. I probably do. Only has to be tiny. It's not a coaster though. But it does say right now. I do have a boat hire available. Oh, it still says pick a coaster speed, but I thought it says pick a ride. So I can technically deny that, but I won't, because it's a good idea. Alright. That's a path system. Three can be either odd or even. That's not how numbers work, mate. 3 is odd. Period. Three is perfectly normal. It is. It's not like 17, which is very odd. 17 is like one of the most prime feeling prime numbers. No number for me feels more prime than 17. I'm talking about adding 2 3s together. Yeah, but adding any 2 odd numbers together makes an even number. Prime numbers get rarer the higher you go. They do. But they feel less prime to me. 139 doesn't feel prime to me, probably because 39 itself, without the 100, is divisible by 13. Or 3. $51 kind of feels prime, but it's divisible by 3 and 17. Also, random question. Well, not entirely random. Did you guys always have the volume of your TV at either an even number or like a multiple of 5? So at 20 or 10 or, you know, like my volume is at 20 right now. And it was at 30 before this, before I lowered it. So, this might sound a bit blasphemous. But when I used to still live in Ruinen, we had a TV in our Xbox room. Yes, we had a separate Xbox room. And we used to always have the volume at 17. I don't know why, but 17 was our round number for the volume there. And I don't know why. It's a perfect prime number though, so you know. There's your boat hire, by the way. Yeah, it was a good sweet spot, 17, for playing stuff like Call of Duty and, you know, games like that. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I used to murder people every day. I got a total of more than 100,000 kills in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And my 100,000th kill was on a map called Wasteland. With, I believe, the Intervention, which was a type of sniper. $100,000. Okay, let's have a big drop. I think the ads have ran out. Yes, they have. Just sitting in a bush. I wasn't a camper. I got a lot of nukes. So, you know how you got a nuke, you have 25 kills in Modern Warfare 2, if you had it enabled as a kill streak. And on the game of domination, which I played a lot, you would get, you would need to get 200 points to win. And at some point, I was playing on Wasteland as well, a different game, and I was doing really well. I was getting a very long kill streak, but the problem was that the game was almost ending, because we joined quite late. We didn't join at the start, we joined somewhere at like 130 points already. So I wasn't gonna get my nuke, but then I suddenly got a lot of kills quite quickly. And I managed to get my nuke and deploy it when the other team was at 199 points. So that was very close, but I got my nuke and we won. You probably drowned more peeps than 100,000. Oh, easily. You know that video I did, drowning 50,000 guests in 20 seconds? That took like 4 takes to get it right and stuff, and you know, to do tests and see how fast they drown, and probably drowned them at least like 6 times. So that's already 300,000. Combined with the few times I've drowned 65,136 guests, I've met, might be close to 1 million. Yeah, there was that one stream where I just drowned guests, but I did do a few mass drownings there. But most of that stream was just picking guests up one by one, or, you know, having a path with like 10 guests on it. So most of it wasn't a lot of guests. You know, my war crimes in that stream are not as bad as the war crimes I did offline. It's funny, I used to never drown a lot of guests, but then I started doing YouTube, and then I became a mass murderer. So, there's a hot take for you. YouTube makes you a mass murderer. You know what? I'm gonna make a video about that. YouTube turns people into murderers. And I'm gonna make a 1.5 hour video where I sit down somewhere, put on a nice suit, make some dramatic lighting, make it seem like it's the biggest deal ever and that YouTube doesn't want you to see the video, and that this will change the landscape for YouTube forever, and I'm suing them for it. even though I haven't uploaded for 2 years. And then I'm gonna accuse everyone who disagrees with me for being in a shadow campaign against me. I wonder if anyone gets that reference. I hope someone does. Okay, let's give this a nice... This is slightly different than usual, I think. Is it? Was that about Raid Shadow Legends? No, it wasn't. This is bright pink. It's about a YouTuber who has been suing YouTube, and it's an absolute bullshit case. He also lost. YouTube makes you a mass murderer in video games. Gone wrong, cops called, gone sexual. Number 997, the largest prime below 1k. Interesting. And then he got this run. I mean, that's just summoning salt. There you go, Mr. Prime. No longer in your prime. Drowning between the supports of the wooden coaster. How is this game chill, not knowing if a train will crash at any time when a group of heavy people ride it? If you design your rides well, that is not a problem. It's just that I didn't design my rides well. Also, if you just don't care about your rides crash, about guests dying, then it's not a problem. Okay, I suppose one of the problems... Hang on, let me quickly make sure that more guests go on this. There we go. I'll pick them up. Now more guests will go on the ride. For some reason I'll always remember my first encounter with true clickbait. Some video called "We Broke the Ice Cream Machine" with a thumbnail of soft ice cream with way too much cream in the cone. Then the video was 20 minutes vlog about random crap with a 10-second segment with the ice cream machine in it. Yeah, that's... You know, clickbait like that. You know, it happens. Lots of people do it. I suppose generally, you know, that's not the biggest of deal. There's worse clickbait. I'm really saddened by the fact that no one got my big reference about how I gonna make my YouTube video. And which channel I was parodying. Alright, let's do a roto drop. Which channel was it? So it's a channel called Business Casual. And they sued YouTube. Because some Russian channel called RT, or Russia Today, used a few of their clips in their channel, which was parallax animations of some stock footage. And then YouTube didn't want to take them down for it. And he accused YouTube of being in collusion with Russia for not taking the channels down and all 39 associated channels of Russia Today. Even though there's a good reason why it doesn't get taken down. There's only a few seconds of clips that are reused, and Russia Today, because it's a part of a much larger network with 39 channels in total, it is allowed to get more strikes. And there was a lot of nonsense in there, and he accuses anyone of that doesn't agree with him of being in a shadow cabinet or shadow campaign against him. Which is of course total nonsense. That seems unfair. Does it though? Because Russia Today has lots of different channels, and one of them is in Arabic. It's a very popular news source in Arabic. So if the editor, or if the editors for the Arabic channels make some mistakes, either on purpose or by accident, and use some copyrighted stuff and get 3 strikes on 3 different videos, do all the other channels, like the Russian language channels, or I don't know if they have a Chinese language or whatever, I don't know, do they deserve to be taken down for stuff that other channels have done just because they're in the same network? Yeah, the channel Upper Echelon Gamers did a pretty good series of videos about it. They did, I've watched them all. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Cheese boyo. And the funny thing is as well, Business Casual starts the video by saying, YouTube does not want you to see this video. It's being suppressed. But you know how I found out that that video exists? It's because it was recommended to me randomly. I had never heard of the channel. So that's total nonsense. It's not a big deal, because the channel only got like 1 million and a bit subscribers. But I find it just interesting. I'm not mad about it. I find it interesting that people actually sue YouTube. Like, actually go the legal path. Want to take the effort to be in some kind of, to be in a court case and stuff like that. Even though it's such a nonsense lawsuit. And they lost. Big time. That guy needs to just leave YouTube and get some therapy. Well, maybe not therapy, but there's been accusations of him when he ran... he used to run a multi-channel network, of him trying to... Well, him being a dick, basically. Using his powers in contracts to basically force channels to... I can't really find the right words, but he was basically a dick. Allegedly. Drink some water, not a bad idea. Jordan from Captain Sparkles made a video recently about how YouTube is changing. And that a lot of stuff, basically, subscribers matter a lot less right now. And it's more about individual things, individual videos that all stand alone. But I'm still more... I don't really agree with that. Subscribers still matter a lot, and I have a lot of regular viewers that watch all my videos. But it has definitely changed, and YouTube has TikTokified a lot. So it's interesting, because Jordan has been on the platform since 2010, which is quite a long time. Let's build... I have a lot of good coaster stuff that I want to build. Let's build a laydown coaster. It's an interesting video. Subs get you guaranteed initial interaction. Yeah, they definitely do that. Thank you for the follow, Retro1088 and Joey Appleseed. YouTube often changes. Yeah, one thing I didn't necessarily agree with that Jordan said was that you see a lot of YouTubers with burnout. They make videos about getting burned out, and he said that had to do with the way that YouTube has changed. You can't just, make Minecraft episode 66, 67, 68, 69, and, have people just watch it. Every video needs to be a banger on its own instead of part of a series. That's what he said. And he said that that's part of the reason that you see a lot more YouTubers being burned out. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you do see a lot more YouTubers making videos about burnout. But I think that the main reason is because there are a lot more YouTubers now. So, then, you know, back in 2013 or whatever, when he was at his height of his popularity. So I just think that by the law of large numbers, you're going to see a lot of people making videos about being burned out just because there are a lot of people. Maybe I'm probably wrong. Probably the answer is somewhere in the middle, as it usually is with this kind of stuff. People constantly say that YouTube is bad, you know, it gets worse and worse for their mental health, stuff like that. I think it just changes. I don't think it's necessarily worse. I think it might be worse if you're used to the old system, which a lot of the old, you know, your Markiplier, you accept the guy who made videos about it. People like that are more used to the old system. I'm not. I only started in 2018. So, for me that's different. The hardware to do YouTube has become a lot more affordable, whether you do vlogging or gaming. Yeah, that's a thing I touched on like an hour ago as well. Because, okay, so in the communities that I am active in, that are about small YouTubers and NewTubers as they call themselves often. People often say that gaming is oversaturated, vlogging is oversaturated. Basically, according to them, everything is oversaturated. That's nonsense. Not a single niche is oversaturated. What is oversaturated, however, and that's especially true in gaming, is mediocre content. And by that I mean, you know, a let's play with, you know, with okay Minecraft skills, okay commentary, okay editing. So it's just okay, but it's not special in any way. Stuff like that is absolutely oversaturated. But if you can make it unique in some kind of way, either by being very skilled or very knowledgeable or just doing something unique in any kind of way, then nothing is oversaturated. And new video topics are always coming up. There will always be new stuff to talk about. Is the Enterprise blocking the boat ride? Maybe. Let's see. Yep. Oh well. That's fine. I agree with that. You could say that each category is oversaturated with mediocre videos, but not bad necessarily, just more of the same. Yeah, but well, not every category. For example, I think Roller Coaster Tycoon isn't really oversaturated with mediocre videos. There just aren't a lot of people making videos about it. You know, if I made my videos, you know, overview for the Giga Coaster, but they were a lot worse, they probably would still get quite a few views. Just because no one else has done it, I suppose that does make it not mediocre. I quite like the look of this park, by the way. We're already at 2,200 guests. Going well. Should probably add some more stalls. Let's see. Can we build them that high up? We can. Wunderbar. Oh, apparently we can't build this one this high up because support limit. Because that's a taller stall. Like, that's literally on the support limit. Oh well, let's go. Nope. Oh, then only a toilet there. Well, nothing else. Just toilets. Unless you are an expert with a lot of knowledge, React content is just sad. I don't agree. React content, you can do, like, be a variety reactor, but you need to make witty remarks, you need to provide some kind of insight or commentary, like actual commentary. You don't necessarily need to be an expert on the topic. If it's just some good commentary, it can be fine. I don't like the experts reactive videos because at this point they just make things they deserve to have creative license and enjoy. That sentence is a mess. Or I can't read. It depends on the kind of... I understand what you mean. It depends on the kind of reactor, I suppose. There's a YouTube, there's a YouTube channel called The Charismatic Voice. And he reacts to music videos and takes them apart, what makes them good, what makes them bad. Not just music videos, just songs, live performances, all that kind of stuff. But she does this very engaging way and... provides a lot of insight. But if someone does like voice teacher reacts to this and this, but doesn't actually provide a lot of insight, then yeah, then it's bad. But if you do provide the insight, then it's good. Country remote density per square meter. That's easy, that's Monaco. Like 16,000 people per square kilometer. So that would be about 0.016 people per square meter. It's amazing that one letter wrong can make my entire sentence impossible to read. Let's go back to thing. I don't like the expert reactive videos because at this point they just make things that deserve a bit of creative license. Oh yeah, indeed. That, well, the unenjoyable right after still makes it a bit confusing, but yeah, just with things instead of thinks. Because thinks is almost right there, so that's why it's confusing. It's not obvious that it should be things instead of thinks. No, it should be things instead of things. God, that's this is confusing. English is my first language, I'm embarrassed to say. I mean, a typo isn't... anyone can make a typo. English is not my first language, obviously, but I am very proficient at English. But I still make a lot of weird mistakes. And the mistake I make most often is just forgetting words. Not when I speak, but when I write. I might say, something like, I went to the today. And then I somehow forgot to type the word mall. I went to the mall today. Stuff like that. Or just completely using the wrong kind of word. For example, earlier today I typed we were discussing this today instead of we were discussing this today. I know how English works. I know it needs to be discussing instead of discussion. But for some reason I just typed it wrong. I immediately corrected it because I never proofread. I only proofread after I post it. Hey, some dead peoples. Nice. But I do that a lot. I accidentally the whole thing. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, that wasn't me? I'm probably not the only one who does it. I mean, I said probably. I'm certainly not the only one who does it. Okay, now vertical drop coaster 1 is in the way. It's gonna be a tight fit, but I don't mind that. Okay, is this gonna... Oh, I'm not aligned. Okay, that's better. Good. Very good. Okay, let's place the entrance at the worst possible position. Okay, recolor. Because I don't want it to be the same color as the right below it. The bright red is definitely a different color here. Let's make it saturated red. Whoa, that's nice, isn't it? Oh yeah! Oh hey! When creating this coaster, do you have an intuition that the car will make it up the hill without testing it? Yeah. You know, building many coasters over the years and you sort of develop an intuition for it. And because it's like with anything. You start off with hard and fast rules. For example, if you build a wooden coaster and your first drop contains 3 entirely steep track pieces. And then at the top, of course, you know, the transition to steep and at the bottom transition back to level. That's a 25.5 meter drop. Then you start off with the rule that after that you can go... Not Umber Park. Oh, screw off. You can only go up 2 steep pieces. Otherwise you won't make it. So you do that, and then you learn, okay, you can have 2 hills with 2 steep pieces after that, and then you need to go even lower. So you go 1 steep piece. But at some point you realize that actually it has enough speed to go a bit higher than just 2 steep pieces. Because it still has a bit of speed left. And you'll learn through that sort of what it makes and what it doesn't make, and you get an intuition for it. And that sounds cool and magical, but it's basically with that's basically with anything you learn. And I'll just say it's not difficult. It's just you need to do it a lot. And there is some talent for it, and I might have that talent. I don't know. People have different talents for different things. But it's not super difficult what I do. If there is one thing I like, it is stuff. That's a good quote. Wait. When did I say that? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Wait, when did I say that? Now? I don't remember saying that. Did I? Interesting. Huh. Like 4 minutes ago when you were building that coaster. Oh. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, we almost have 2 entire layers, and the ads have gone off again. Also, we are $100,000 Not a millionaire, but 100,000 there. And this queue line is nice and full. Just like your mom last night. With 341 people. That's about 1/7 of all the guests in the park. That's pretty good. I always click the little blue flag when building the coaster, so it shows the ghost car. Yeah, I sometimes use that as well. It's nice. Something I do still is underestimate how well a coaster will make it over a hill. Yeah, that's what I was talking about as well. With, you know, you learn 1 fewer steep piece, but then it still actually has more speed than you expect. It doesn't just barely make it. But, you know, you learn to adapt to that over time. So we just got different wooden coaster trains. That's boring. Doing some war. Alright. That's some tasty tap water. I don't like the tap water at my parents' place. It tastes weird. And that is because they have a decalciumator. Or I think it's calcium. They have like a thing that that takes out the calcium. Colic? That's calcium, right? I think. Water softener, or whatever. And it makes the water taste a bit different. Chalk, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, it's colic. The Dutch people can translate that. Short name for that is softener. Alright, I didn't know that. And it just sounds... It tastes weird to me. Because I don't go there often. If you drink it a lot, you get used to it. But if you only go there every few weeks at max, then you won't get used to it. Speaking of max, what can you tell me about Zandvoort to celebrate Max Verstappen's victory today? I know it's on the N201, I think. And, well, Zandvoort is on the coast. And that's about all I know. Not a lot. I don't think I've ever been to Zandvoort. I don't like the taste of bottled water. Is it the plastic? Because in the Netherlands, bottled water is literally just tap water. So it tastes the same. Unless the bottle is adding some taste. Then of course it doesn't taste the same. How much are you making a month? Well, almost 30k, that's pretty damn good. Are there any rides that are too expensive? Well, boat hire 1 is not too expensive, it's just blocked. So that's fine. Clip your quote, which you forgot you said, you have to scroll up. Ah, it's fine, I don't need to watch it, but thank you anyway. Being in a small town in the US, it feels like they don't care to purify the tap water. Yeah, the US has a lot lower standards for tap water. Flint, Michigan. Hey, dead people, nice. Than the Netherlands does. Like, I was very surprised when we went to Spain, which is not the US, I know. To the Canary Islands. And we couldn't drink the tap water. We had to buy water at the store. Tap water was fine for, you know, cleaning, doing dishes and whatever. But because of the amount of chlorine added, it wasn't fit for drinking. And I find that so weird. Because in the Netherlands, every tap water is fit for drinking. And having been to France, you would even find a lot of public drinking fountains. You know, just water would be coming out of some kind of fountain or whatever. And it would be, you know, you could drink from it. Not always, it would specify it. Alright, see ya, Pietro Lima. Pietro Lima, probably. Your name is probably Pietro and you probably live in Lima, Peru. Let's make it a little bit darker yellow. And... no, not with the brown. With the blue! How about with the lighter blue? And we'll make this... purple. Nice. Jackson, Mississippi just had their water system filled completely after a flood, which has been in the news last week. Yeah, that's not a nice situation. Have I opened this thing? No, I haven't. Have I made it $8? No, I haven't. Well, we definitely have enough rides to support 3,000 guests. Just takes a little while, but we're almost there actually. You can see when we don't have ads running, the guest count just entirely flatlines. Only about 440 guests have left the park so far. That's pretty good going. More dead people. Cool. For me, living in the east of Bavaria, tap water is just healthier than bottled water. Here, there is no difference. The only reason I ever buy bottled water is if I don't have access to tap water and I'm thirsty. For example, I might buy a bottle of water if I forgot my water and I'm on a long car journey, don't have any water with me, and I need something to drink. Although often I'll just buy something that's not water. I'll just buy, I don't know, orange juice or whatever and reuse the bottle. Can we? Yes, we can. What are the stats of that new freefall coaster? You mean the vertical drop coaster? 680, 985, 425 with minus 5.21 vertical Gs and 7 positive Gs. I wonder if RCT code uses float numbers anywhere or only integer numbers. I believe only integer numbers. And I know for a fact that these excitement ratings are actually stored as 680, 985, 425. So I do know that. I just polished off about 33.8 ounce of it 10-15 minutes ago. Polished off what? Water? Tap water? Yeah, I pretty much only drink tap water. The last time I drank something different than tap water. When was that? A week ago? I think almost 2 weeks ago when I went to a friend's place. And I had like some kind of juice or whatever they had there. So it's been 12 days. For 12 days straight, I have only drank tap water and nothing else. That's normal for me. That's just what I drink. I pretty much only drink water. I don't like tea, I don't like coffee. It's all a freefall actually, that's new. And, you know, my eating habits aren't the healthiest. But my drinking habits are at least not unhealthy. I don't drink like too much Coca-Cola or beer or something like that. Thank you for the follow, Arkwind. That's in the way. That's fine. We'll just go under it. Just like that. I drink enough water for like 5 people in a day. I doubt that. That would mean you drink like at least 8 liters of water in a day. Unless your entire day is working construction or something in the hot sun, that would be quite dangerous to drink that much. You know, a glass is about 150 milliliters, or let's say 200 for a larger glass. That would be like 40 glasses of water a day, or about 1 every 20 minutes. Or 25 minutes, something like that. And that's a large glass. I've definitely done 4 to 5 liters in a day before. Yeah, like on some days, but you know, if you're outside a lot on hot days, that's perfectly normal. But if you drink 8 liters of water every day and you don't do anything special, then I'm pretty sure that has some adverse health effects. You can drink 8 liters in a day, you'll have to pee a lot, but you won't die. Now, you won't die, but I'm pretty sure that if you drink 8 liters every day, and you have my lifestyle, which is you don't do a lot physically, or even if you do, you know, you walk for an hour a day, unless it's extremely hot, that still doesn't cause you to sweat that much. So that must not be healthy. You must have small glasses. Mine are at least 240 milliliters. I don't actually know how large my glasses are. I could test. Also, do you guys remember last stream where I told a lot of childhood stories? And someone asked about the most embarrassing story that I would be willing to tell. And I couldn't really think of any. Well, right after the stream ended, a story popped up in my head, which I am willing to tell. So, would you like to hear it? Water out of stock, time to drip Marcel in a drowning pool. It's not very healthy. Yes, okay. So I believe it was 5th class, or 5th grade, or whatever you want to call it. We literally translate it to 5th class. I probably was 15, I think. And we were in English lessons. And we had there were more people on my education level in my year than there was space for in one classroom. And it so happened that one of the other classes was having another lesson, might also have been English, I don't know, right next door, in the classroom next to ours. And we were reading some kind of story or whatever, I don't know. And someone was reading, and right after they finished reading, I farted. Not on purpose, obviously, but you know, sometimes it just happens. And it was a bit of a loud one. Which was unfortunate. But no one, for some reason, no one seemed to hear it, or at least pin it on me. Until like 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, someone said my name and that I had farted, and well, he was right. So, you know, the class laughed, that's what happens. But then the other classroom immediately knew about it, because it was, you know, we already had smartphones at that time, so people sent some texts, which wasn't very nice. And they laughed as well, and, you know, after the hour was over, got some comments about it. So that was a bit embarrassing. However, interestingly enough, you might think that an incident like that, you know, the fart incident or whatever you want to call it, would hound me for a while, right? Well, no. Like, I got quite a few comments about it during the rest of the day, but as far as I can remember, that's it. Like, I got no comments about it the next day or any time after it. So it wasn't actually that bad. At the time it was a bit embarrassing. But the results were, you know, fine. Also, how am I ever gonna get out of here? if you poop your pants, that would be different. Yes. I only remember in my entire 14 years of high school and primary school, I only remember one time where a girl peed her pants. And that was when I was in 2nd grade, which is still kindergarten in America, so we were all really young. But other than that, I don't remember a single time that anyone had an accident. So that didn't happen very often. Either that or I forgot. Hey, more dead people. We had a girl poo in a urinal at my elementary school. I don't think we even had urinals at our elementary school. But that's a double layer of wrong. She's in the wrong room. And she's using the wrong... well, the wrong kind of toilet. Can air-powered vertical coasters can have more than one bump, and what's the point? Well, the point is a more realistic, maybe, coaster and, you know, a cooler looking coaster. Higher stats. But in terms of efficiency, there's no point. But in terms of efficiency, there's not a point to really any kind of large coaster. So that's not exclusive to the air-powered coaster. I mean, yeah, there is a point for having multiple bumps. Yeah, you get higher stats. Drown guessed 539. Why 539? Like, why not 538 or 639 or, you know. Also, they're already gone. Oh, it's your Discord username. Well, they're already, well, probably not dead, but at least gone. Might be dead. Maybe they died on the reverse freefall coaster. Who knows? Do 538 then, alright. Bye bye. He's gone. Can't be dead if you don't exist. I don't agree. I think everyone's... Before you're born, you're sort of dead because you don't exist. But that's just a... You know, it's just semantics, really. In school, were you bullied, a bully, a non-acting bystander, protector, neither or several? So, I'm sort of neither or several, because I was bullied in primary school more so than high school. But I was also a bully at times. Not often, but sometimes I was, to one particular kid, which wasn't very nice of me, but, you know, we were also sort of friends. We've almost passed the goal, by the way. And I've probably also been a non-acting bystander several times. Because that's... Probably almost everyone has been that. You were bullied for your mental condition. That's unfortunate. You know what's interesting? I was kind of the opposite. Because I was bullied for being me. And being a bit weird. And then I got diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a type of autism, when I was in 2nd class, when I was 13. And, you know, word quickly got out about it. It's not like it was a secret or anything. And, you know, I got access to a special room that I could go to if I needed to. And I got a private mentor to help me. That was all funded by the government. And, you know, the room, I wasn't the only one. You know, there were lots of people who got help who were allowed to use that room. And I used it quite a few times. It was very nice. But for all that stuff, which came with my Asperger's and whatever, I don't remember a single instance I was bullied for having Asperger's. Or autism, whatever you want to call it. I was bullied for the stuff that I did or said or whatever because of it. But no one called me like an autistic fuck or whatever. So for some reason, apparently that was off limits and everyone was, well, nice about that. And my friends, and one of them was especially the type who could make some nasty comments about it at that time. I won't say his name, but if he ever watches this, which he won't, he doesn't watch my videos or streams, but he'll know it. He didn't. He found it cool that I had a room I could go to. And my other friends did as well. They just found it cool. So, in that kind of sense, it was not a problem at all. Also, hey, we beat the scenario. I wish I could go back in time and beat up all your bullies. And I wish you wouldn't if you could. You know, they were all teens and young teens. And they weren't bad people. Because I've been a bully too, you know. I said, not that much, but... And especially the ones in primary school. They were literally 10. So, beating them up probably wouldn't do much. Thank you for the bits, Slime. Yeah, my bullies never physically hurt me either, but they did mentally. And one thing before we end that I want to say is that when I got to university, it took me a long time to get used to the fact that I would not get an offensive or insulting comment slinged to my head every now and then. Because in university everyone was nice all the time. Not just most of the time, but all the time. Which was weird. It took me years to get used to that. So, obviously it was nice, but it also showed that even though the bullying had kind of stopped in 5th class, and in 6th class there was barely any of it, it had still left some deep, not necessarily, I suppose you could call them scars, it's not that deep, but I don't have any kind of trauma for it, that's a way too heavy word, but it still did have lasting effects on me, so it wasn't very nice. But yeah, I haven't, you know, if I don't include offensive comments on the internet, which of course I will get if I have 100,000 subscribers, if you include only real life stuff, I haven't been bullied for, well, probably like 10 years now, so it's all fine. Yeah, kids are very cruel, and you know, given whatever their home situation is and stuff like that. And the people they, you know, they tend to cluster together, people with bad environments and cruel kids, so, you know, it amplifies each other. Yeah, once you get to university, it's people that have mostly stuff in common with each other, so it makes sense the bullying mostly stops. Yeah, everything was just cool at that point. If you were a nice dude, if you were chill to be with, and if you weren't, like, and if in group projects you did your work and all that kind of stuff, then you were cool. That was nice. Okay, so we beat this scenario. It was not all that difficult, to be honest. Especially because we could advertise. But I like doing it. It was a bit of a different kind of challenge. Usually I have a bit more space in the custom scenarios that I play. So I like it. If you want to play it, you can find it in the scenario discussion channel. No, scenario showcase channel. Don't discuss stuff there, do that in the showcase discussion channel. You can find it in the scenario showcase channel on my Discord server. My Discord server is... Does that work? There we go. That's my Discord server. Most of you are probably already on it anyway. Made by a guy called... Hang on, what was his name? Yeah, Nornek. Good name. And yeah, it was a nice stream. I had some good fun. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. Let's raid Brian. I would like raiding him. Oh, he's currently on a break, so let's wait a little bit. So we don't raid him in his break. I'll just go load up a few random old parks. And, well, you know what? We'll do this. We'll go down a bit like this. Which park would you like me to open? Speedrun? Nah, not at the moment. 7. That's a lag spot. It does take a long time to load, doesn't it? Okay, so this is a park built by, very obviously, not me. Who is it made by? Does the park have a name? Show Tour Workbench 2018. Okay, so that park name is not associated to this park in any way. It was not made by Show. Oh, thank you for the sub, Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. So, this is relevant to Formula 1, because it has a racetrack here. Do these have names? Seb and Kimi. It's a rather cool park. This was made for, I think, the contest on Rollercoaster Tycoon and Friends Discord called Defunct. Some kind of round for it. I don't know who made it. Does it have any kind of name here? No. Then, I don't know. Okay. Any other park that you want to see? The game itself just subscribed to me. Imagine that. Parenzo. Why are you guys so good at picking parks that aren't made by me? This is a custom park built by some New Element member. I have no idea who. And it's rather pretty. This is Looping Star, a coaster I've actually been on. That was my first ever looping. First ever inversion. It's a very common design seen in lots of theme parks. Mine was in Slagharen. And oh, this custom music. It should come with other custom music, but this is the latest custom music I used for some other park. But yeah, it's really nice. Lots of scenery. One thing I always like to do is delete all the scenery and see what's left in these kinds of parks. And very often, it's very little. Like, this is what it looks like without scenery. It's nothing. Oh, Wacky Worm, that's not a classic coaster. I haven't been on a Wacky Worm, though. Now it looks like a Marcel park. Lol. Okay. Let's go again. Oh, Brian is back. So we're gonna do one more. And then we're gonna raid Brian. GTS 3. Which one? There are two. Example 1 and example. Let's go with example. Okay, so we have two here. So GTS stands for guess those stats. So can I guess the stats, the EIN stats of this Giga Coaster? It's quite long. It has a lot of airtime. Let's just give it a shot. Let's go for 9.1, 9.1, 6.8, and 3.7. Okay, we don't have results. Oh. Well, I know that in the guess those stats, I never went above 10 excitement, or 10 intensity, sorry. So, something is off here. Maybe this wasn't for a get those stats. Maybe this looks more like a build those stats. Because these have the same ratings. I mean, they're almost identical. You see, this intensity and nausea rating. This looks like a build those stats, where I gave stats and you had to build them. And I'm pretty sure that in the original version that I built these in, which is years ago, so probably like version 0.2.4 or whatever, these would have had the exact same intensity and nausea ratings. And then you just easily change the excitement rating by adding a little bit of scenery. And I don't know what the goals were, but the goals were somewhere around these numbers, like 10.98 and 5.99 or whatever. I remember building this stand-up twister coaster for it. So this has the wrong file name. For some reason. And especially with the scenery around it, that's typical of a build those stats challenge. So yeah, I would give you some stats and you would need to build a ride with those stats. Which is quite interesting, and I learned a lot about different coaster types from doing that. I've done lots of those kind of different things. Now I'm doing the whole speedrunning thing. So I've done lots of those kind of things, which taught me a lot of different things about the game and how it works. Why did you stop that? Because I became less active on the server and only like maybe 5 people were doing it every time and actually participating. And so at some point I just stopped. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you at some point later. Well, Wednesday, hopefully. Otherwise maybe on the YouTubes on Thursday or maybe next Sunday. Or sometime later, I don't know. But thank you for watching. Have fun at Brian's stream. And yeah, wish you a good night. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.